Hey, good evening, fellow MVEs out there. How you doing tonight, Mike?
Doing good, and welcome back to gunsin the701.com.
Yeah, episode 111. That actually just kind of floors me that we're at 111 episodes now. So,
Well, I was titling our Badass of the Week this week, and I can't believe we're up to 18 already. It's been 18 weeks. Well,
yeah,
actually, I think we skipped a couple weeks there,
we
but
did.
yeah, for the most part, about 18, 20 weeks. Jeez, time
Well, I'll tell
flies.
you what. Why don't you lead us in with our almighty Second Amendment?
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
No, it shall not, although they try each and every day. Hey, it's good to see everybody starting to chime in here. I just kind of looking at the counter. Maybe on Twitch and Twitter, well, I guess X. We have, of course, CommieTube and nothing on Fascist-book right now. So
That's all right,
I
but
don't know if
it's
it went live over there, honestly. We've been having some trouble. So someone, if you're listening in from Facebook, let us know. I do see that there's people over here on both the Rumble channels. I know we said we'd like to get over there to the other channels, but you know what? If you want to listen on either one, that's just fine. Both of them keep growing now. So,
that's right, and that's the good deal.
well, I'll tell you what. I kind of decided. I think we did this last time. We'll just start the program with a quick prayer
Yep.
rather than waiting at the end when we're kind of under the gun. So if everybody just stick with us there, I'd like to say a short prayer. Lord, we'd love to thank you for all the blessings you've given to each and every one of us uh, as we, every day wake up to try and fulfill your needs and satisfy what you dictated to us through Scripture. You made the rules; we're supposed to follow them, and we all fail miserably each and every day. I know I do, and I'm always repentful for that. And we thank you for sending your Son so that we may have that final home in heaven. Also, Lord, thank you for the plentiful game this year. The hunting seasons are opening up. It's just amazing to be out there enjoying the beauty that you have created, and of course, the opportunities for us to take care of our families, provide great food, great pleasure, and enjoy all the things you've made and created. Please watch over our men and women as they fight to defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Please watch over our leaders, and please bless this nation again. In your name we pray. Amen. All
Amen.
right. Thank you, everybody.
Jamie said thank you for putting his info down on the ticker. He thought
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. Of course, he's got a big show coming up tomorrow again as well. We've got some great news for his daughter's hunt, and that did really good. We'll talk about that as we move through the day.
Well, yeah. Let's just do it's going on the ticker there. So 701 Nation episode 21, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, right here, right now, just like you're listening now. Jamie's going to talk about his daughter's hunt, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it too, just because it was a great hunt, and it just I can't say enough about it. It was fun. He's also going to have the anti-Second Amendment email sent to North Dakota District
Mm.
35 Congressman. Oh, I have not heard about that one, so I'm looking forward to hearing that myself.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Top selling guns in August from gunbroker.com. It's funny you got that in there, and Jamie and I have not. This is the first I've seen of this. I'm going to, hopefully, if we get time, I have the top 10 revolvers for self defense updated for 2024 that are out there. So Winchester has introduced an all new line of 22 rimfire ammo. Great deal. And then the happy ending of the week. So Jamie's got a great show for you tomorrow night. But we probably better get to our own show, right?
That's right. We've got a lot to go on to today. So, what you want to start with, besides the fact that we've got the president right now, or he is. We've got Trump out there on the campaign trail at the present moment.
Yeah, he's in New York
So
giving a speech. Me and you were kind of watching a little bit there beforehand. Hey,
yeah.
Josie, good to have you joining us tonight. And the numbers keep climbing. I did not check the website. But
Actually,
anyway,
Jamie said that Facebook is doing fine. We're on there.
yep,
Good.
Brian
So
said that too. So that was good to see. I never know sometimes because we've had some issues there. But so I just want to mention I don't know how much, one time an assassination attempt
oh yeah.
can happen, right? Maybe. But two times in a short period of time, I do start to question things. Charlie Kirk has said it. Tucker Carlson said this a long time ago that they're going to try to kill him.
Yeah.
And it looks like, unfortunately, both men were right about this. They're trying to kill him. He knows it. I think everyone sees it now. So we'll see what happens. If I was Trump, I'd hire the best private security team in the world to be around me. I probably wouldn't trust the Secret Service.
Well, that's the problem with that right there. Don't you think that that should be the very best? But once again, we're talking about a government agency, and things that are supposed to be are not the best.
You know, in that BS when they had that news conference from the sheriff's department, and
Right.
everybody was there, but he's not a current president, so it doesn't have the same. Yes, it does. I mean, every president, since if they want it, they get it.
Well, and not only that, so if he wasn't the past president, he was running for president, and they all are afforded, equal amounts of security. Even I'm sorry, that loon RFK had his security there for a while, but hey, what the heck, I mean, but it all boils down to the simple fact that maybe a private thing would be. Then if you did hire a private security firm to handle him, they'd claim it's a militia or something like that, which would be fine because hey, maybe that's what he should do.
It would if it would happen to be labeled a militia, wouldn't that just even be more reinforcement for the Second Amendment that hey, private people with the right to keep and bear arms gets it done better? Yeah. Josie, he says Dan Bongino said a day or two after the first attempt that the Secret Service, Secret Service knows that other attempts were planned. Yeah, and I imagine we have no clue how many actually are reported and maybe do nothing. But this one here, I don't know. There's something really funny about this. I seen one guy said seems kind of Oswaldish, don't it?
Oh yeah, and the guy was over. He was over in Russia. He was supposedly against the Kremlin, but but the thing about that is he was in Russia. He wasn't in Ukraine. He was in Russia, and you don't go over right now to Russia and talk bad about Russia. They don't put up with that shit. So yeah.
I saw the pictures. Of course, everybody was saying it was an AK-47. Then I saw the picture, and I remember texting Jamie going, sounds like it was an AK-47, but I hadn't seen no pictures. Then the pictures come out. I was like, that's an SKS, you moron. And it was so neatly stacked there with the tag. I just, I don't know. I don't buy it.
Well, as well as I do, like we've seen animation from news services on how guns work and whatnot, and where the whole cartridge flies out of the gun without being fired or anything. It's ridiculous anyway. So they we get the politicians standing up there talking about ghost guns. They don't know what they're talking about and this and that. And this thing throws out 6,000 rounds per second, and they burst into flames when they hit their target. And I'm like, why are you allowed to talk? That's what I'm baffled on.
I mean, the media always tells the truth. Remember when they took the square-bodied Chevys, and when they got hit on impact, they explode because of the tank, behind the rear seat, or
right.
The rear. Well, that was faked, and we all know it was faked, and they admitted it was faked. So yeah, I mean, this isn't new. It's been going on a long time. Except now, with all the things like what we're doing here tonight, it's pretty hard to keep that all secret now. And
right.
people can say, "Whoa, wait!" It's like the dogs and cats being eaten and ducks and geese in Ohio right now. They can deny it all they want. Go on any social media website and you can find pictures and videos of it happening, and they're real. Maybe not all of them, but there's a lot of them that are real. In fact, I had a friend that's out there. I got in touch with him, and he goes, "Oh, it's happening. It's really happening."
Well, I don't know.
Why wouldn't it? You bring third world country people into a country like ours, and they see all these geese or whatever it might be.
Well, no, I'll give you another way. We have a lot of the population of Huron is now what do they call it, Hmong, from Laos, and of course over there you don't have game fishing parks, you don't have hunting licenses or fishing licenses, and so they hunt and fish everything that's in the area, and they do it without and it's been it's been one of the situations where game fishing parks can't do anything about it because they don't want to upset the community. And I'm like going, well, what? By following the rules? I mean, just
The rules
follow
are
the,
for everybody but us. If you're
follow
here
the,
illegally, it doesn't matter.
yeah. So it
Uh,
baffles me.
Dougie says, he goes, yeah, Dateline. Yeah, that's right. That is exactly the show that happened on, talking about the Chevy truck or the Chevy pickups.
Right.
No, I just, when I look at the assassination attempt again, and Charlie Kirk says it's the third one. Evidently, there was something else that took place that I didn't get any real info on, so I didn't really count it. But
Right.
it doesn't matter. Second or third time, it doesn't matter. It happened again within a short period of time. Um, a lot of people are saying that both planes, when Vance's plane and Trump's plane, both had the exact same problems. I guess is what it ended up being. That was another attempt, and of course they landed. I mean, Trump had to land his plane out there in Montana somewhere, and then get it fixed, I guess. And I thought
Right.
he was late for that rally, but I don't know. I do believe there's somebody trying to kill him. I have no doubt
Oh
any.
no, and I think they're out there. They're
And
all
it's
out
not
there,
through
and
cycle. This is it goes farther up. I mean, the
well,
access and the non protection, and I mean, you look at Trump's whole Secret Service detail that day in Pennsylvania, Homeland Security agents. Now it's come out, and it's true. And
right,
as Holly and them guys keep questioning this in the House of Representatives, I think we're going to find even more stuff that was very very off that day. So yeah, Josie, he says there isn't a damn thing that can surprise me. They could have picked out any lackey to pin it on. Oh yeah, that's just it. Was he really even sitting there? I don't know. And they sure found him fast. I did see one thing that now they're saying that they might not be able to charge him with any crime against Trump because it wasn't against Trump. They're probably going to have to go with attempted murder or manslaughter because he didn't take a shot
right,
at him against the Secret Service agent. I don't care what they do. I mean, go ahead and charge him with that, and it should be the same exact penalty. It's a man, right?
right. I mean, that should be the same penalty.
So
I like I said, I remember when I went into the Marines in '86, and they were going over uh, the use of our weapons and this and that, and the M16, I can't remember now, A we had back then. So, and we were going over, of course, the history of shooters,
right,
and the staff sergeant was like, there was a woman who beat the record for the longest held record for sharpshooting in the Marine Corps history back in '84, a couple years before me. And the person who held that before that was Lee Harvey Oswald back from the '50s. So,
yep.
it's not something they want to talk about, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of those things that you just go, it's
We saw that even in the movies. Remember, Full Metal Jacket. You know,
Yep.
uh, and who was the man who made that shot? Lee. If you've
Hmm.
all seen that movie, we know exactly what
Yep.
that's about. So, and
Yeah,
as
I keep looking for the weapons used in the Mar-a-Lago shooting and whatnot, and I don't have any pictures posted of that one yet. But yeah, that's strange because normally you can find that stuff pretty easy. But yeah, I haven't seen anything yet, so it's kind of hard to find.
yeah, uh, I'm hoping it'll come out, but who knows? I like what Steve Bannon always says. I've seen right now you got Keith like there said conspiracy theories. Steve Bannon has a saying, and it sits right behind him. When the government hasn't put him in jail for
Yeah.
wrong for completely nothing. It says there are no conspiracies, but there are no coincidences, and
Hmm.
there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah.
Really, it really is. And when you start thinking about this and things you're seeing now, it's really starting to play out, right?
Right. I mean, it is, and I mean, it's ridiculous, and there are so many fall guys that can fall into these traps, and you
Oh yeah.
know, and say, they want to say, well, he was pushed through online, whatever, that he was radicalized to want to do this. And I think there a lot of these nut jobs that go for the assassination things tend to be people that are just like school shootings. They're looking for attention and make their
Well,
name in the public, and
we know he was a Democrat. We know he donated heavily to Democrats and Democrat causes. just like most of them. I hate to say that, but that's the way. Now, I don't think he had a mental problem like the school. You heard about the school shooting that was stopped in Iowa, didn't you? That was a tranny and with a mental illness, and he was going to shoot up the school, but fortunately they stopped him. Thank goodness. Uh, all these people have other issues going on, and I don't know what triggers them. When people are in that mindset, and we've said that before on this show. I don't know what that mindset is because I've
No,
never.
I don't have that in me. I don't have that in me to know what that
Right.
mindset is.
I like what Keith said here. I'm just chiming in. He says, Trump assassin in Florida was an amateur due to him sticking his barrel through the fence. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'd have to agree with you on that. And trust me, Keith knows because that's what Keith did when he was in combat and training. So Lynette says, what are the chances this guy will even live to see trial? Good question. I don't know. I mean, we've kind of heard nothing about him since.
Y-
Right away, the media shifted well, leading up to it, it was, oh, there was an incident. And then you should have seen this timeline. And then they said, oh, it was between a couple people, in the area. No, it was not in the area. It was right there on the
Mhm.
golf course within 200 to 300 yards,
Yep.
whatever the next hole was. And it was intended for President Trump. But the media they tried to downplay that for several broadcast sessions, and then when it happened, what's the rhetoric? Well, Trump brought this on himself. But yet the next day they are out there calling him a Nazi, a threat to democracy, which we don't have, by the way, people. This has never been a democracy, never should be, never will be. Talking about how he is going to be a dictator, how he's a fascist dictator. I mean,
Mm.
you name it, and they were calling him that again. So if they want to blame anything, blame themselves. And Camel Toe was out there saying the same thing when she was out there trying to speak to people and get people to support her, which she's having a little trouble with that. In
No, you can't.
Nevada, they went down there, CBS did, trying to find, and it's in a kind of a 50-50 area. It swings both ways in that county or in that district. They found one person in a restaurant that actually supported Harris. Everybody else they talked to, they're like, we're for Trump. I even
Yeah.
saw a little clip of it, and the reporter's like, well, why are you for Trump? And she said the border, and she fired back. Well, they're trying to seek asylum. She goes, oh BS. She goes, they're here for the freebies. You know it, and I know. I mean, she wasn't having none of it.
Yeah.
But
Well.
that was the sentiment all the way across the board with everybody to talk to. They couldn't even find a Harris supporter, and that was in an area that traditionally can go either way. It's not like it's heavy Republican or heavy
Right.
Democrat. Pennsylvania had the same thing. They didn't air much of it, and then it was pulled. There was at least enough people out there that took video of it. I suppose they screenshot or whatever they did, and then they were posting it. But I don't know. I don't know.
Well, and, it's a spin. Of course, now everybody, what you said it kind of right, is that they've pivoted away from that so hard that everything newscast right now is about P. Diddy Combs being arrested in New York.
How
And I'm
can
like
we
going,
get that happen?
and I'm fine. They got a case against him. If they prove it and he
Yep.
did what he says, then send his ass to jail no matter how much money he's got. That's
Yep.
fine with me. But here's my thing is that the most important freaking case to be putting
No.
on headlines for every single network 24/7 right now? No, you got
Well, that
assassination
is
attempts.
because they want to take the assassination attempt out because they don't want anybody feeling sorry for President Trump. They
Yeah.
want that
Well,
out of the news cycle. Keith says you always shoot back in your hide, and that's what going back talking about. It was sticking through the fence.
no, well,
And Josie switched over to Twitter. Good deal. He says exactly. The media is the assassin. I think the media is a lot to blame for some of this stuff. I mean, it's day in, day out. Unfortunately, my dad's a liberal. If you go into his home, you're going to see PMS, NBC on there. You're going to see CNN. You're going to see all of the leftist drive-by media. All that, and I mean, if you sat in front of that day in, day out, every single day, all day, I
mhm.
bet you money it would brainwash you. Because I was listening to this as we were sitting there, getting things ready to make dinner here last weekend, and I mean, these people are delusional. They live in their own mind. Anybody
Well,
that says and thinks the way they do, they have to be on another planet. Just, I mean, it's such a foreign idea to me to think that's. I mean, you've really got to not have any kind of an original thought of your own or
yeah.
common sense. You don't question anything. Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah, and the common sense side of it, yeah, I really do question a lot of the common sense on the media itself, on how they have fallen into the trap of kowtowing to bad. Well, what do you want to call it? A bad narrative.
yeah.
And no matter what you think about Trump, I mean, it should be an equal opportunity type thing. It should be a fair thing out there,
Yeah.
talking about both sides. But we're not. And if you talk bad about one side or the other, you're demonized, and it
Oh
just
yeah.
it
You're
baffles me.
racist or you're this or you're that. I can tell you right now. Hey, Rumble listeners, just throw that out there. Thanks for tuning in. I see the numbers are growing over there. So yeah, thanks for tuning in over there. Someday maybe we'll be able to get that into our stream, but as of right now, we can't see the comments or the views, and hopefully that'll come on, eventually. So I'm gonna get a few of these comments, Mike. Uh, Doug says, Mike, you're not gonna go all Gran Torino on them, are you? That's a great movie.
What did I do? All right.
We'll go Gran Torino.
Oh
You've seen
yeah,
that, yeah.
yeah.
Uh, and Doug, he says, did they have the real shooter on the grassy knoll or next on the hole? I don't know. I don't know. And DJ, he says, he comes in there and says, yeah, needs to hire his own security. Former special forces guys would do
Right.
better than Secret Service. And they would. I, at this point, would. I mean, he's got the money to do it, so I would do it if it was me. But, and then when that says, what are the chances when we talked about that he'll even leave see the trial? I really have no clue. And then that could definitely happen. Keith is right about this one. Tell a lie long enough that it soon becomes truth, and that's yeah, you're right. Who was it that said? Trying to remember who said it, but you can fool all the people some of the time, and some of the people all of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time,
Yeah.
and that's very very true. And Josie says the programmers are programmed to do the programming. Spoken like Harris, right? The
So
bird.
I was
Bird.
reading up on this Ralph guy that took the shot at.
Yeah.
And so, in a post that he did on X, Trump shooter Ryan Wesley Ralph confirms that he has no military training and that he was rejected by the Ukrainian army for fighting in Ukraine for that very reason. And apparently, he was interviewed in Kyiv by Newsweek Romania back in 2022. So, I mean, here's my deal: is what do you do for a living, dude, that you can afford to
Yeah.
fly over to? I mean,
They
don't get me
never talk
wrong.
about that, do they?
Well, somebody's funding that side of it, and that kind of bugs me as well.
Yeah. And let's not forget that as soon as this happened,
Oh,
what did Biden and Harris go out there and talk about? Oh, we gotta have an assault weapons ban. And we gotta have common
well,
sense gun control. I
it
watched
fits the narrative.
oh,
It fits the narrative.
and no, none of the things they proposed, none of them would have stopped anything. Wouldn't have stopped either of these attempts. It doesn't stop anything.
So this is the closest picture that I could find of the weapon
Yeah,
that he has. Right. So yeah, I mean,
SKS.
SKS. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out this white. Is that just something sitting there next to his thing? That white thing.
I think it's like a reflection, or I have no clue.
Right. Obviously, this is not what you would call a military setup. So I mean,
no, that's not a good setup at all.
no. So
So, yeah, and was that where he was? I don't know. I don't. You know what's sad? I trust nothing these guys tell me anymore
yeah,
because
that's true.
everything has been such lie. It's been lied about so much that I do not trust any of it. Jamie T chimed in here. He says, "Agreed, Mike. Where the hell does this guy get his money? Yeah, any of these guys. Where do they get their money?
I'm looking at the guy going, from in DC and Kyiv to provide
Yep.
soldiers for the war effort. I'm looking at this guy going, how the hell what do you do? I mean, are you Elon Musk's cousin or something? Do you have something? But I don't know. I mean, apparently you have to have money to do that. And
You obviously
look,
don't have a barber.
oh, yeah. He's got that crazy hair. That's what it is.
I think he was
but,
charged, 2 counts of some kind of gun.
yeah, just 2 counts. And
Right.
that's what baffles me like that.
By
It's like,
the way, he was already a felon too, so he shouldn't have had guns. So we already have a law for that. You can't be a felon and have a gun, but he.
Well, as our friend Vance has said to us many times on here, we got 22,000 laws in the United States regulating guns, and they want to add more.
Oh,
So,
well,
but they can't enforce what they've got. And
don't you know it's an unregulated industry? Remember that.
Well, yeah,
Regulated industry. Keith chimes in here. He says, never mind that he's a felon and that the gun he was using is scratched off serial numbers. Yeah, I heard that report.
Well, isn't that 2 felonies right there?
Yes.
But that's
Yes.
2 felonies right there. So why aren't those being charged? Are they waiting for something to come out?
I can tell you this. We are not hearing a lot about this shooter. So I don't know what's going on as far as in the background, but I guarantee it doesn't fit a narrative. And who knows, is he going to be, is he going to be Clintoned?
Yeah.
Suicide?
Well, my thing is, if I was the county sheriff or whatever that was holding the guy right now, or wherever jail he's being held at, God, I wouldn't want to be there. I'd take a transfer. I'd take a sick leave, something, because it's just like the whole what's his name, the pedophile dude that hung himself, Epstein. Jesus Christ. I mean, the cameras just happened to not work when that was, when he was, there by himself, and the 2 guards didn't get paid or anything. They just were negligent and they walked away. And, it's crap like that where you go, how stupid do you think we are?
Well, they think we're dumb. Actually, I don't think they care anymore. They know they're going to get away with it now. No one's going to say nothing, and they just don't care about it. Yeah. So Eric says all this crap going on now is the liberals' way to blow smoke to get everyone talking and looking at that while the liberals are doing their plan for worse things. That's what it always is anymore. That's what it is anymore. It certainly is. Hey guys, look what's going on over here. Here's the nice shiny bright object, and here's what we're doing over here.
Nothing up my sleeve.
Nothing, right? So, hey, we're coming up at the bottom of the hour already. That went by fast. I think we better pay a few bills. We'll come back, and I don't have any more to really add. We know what happened. We don't have a lot of details, just other than what's out there, which is limited. But I do know that I think that President Trump needs to either consider getting a private security team, or maybe he better get a helmet, with a Kevlar helmet and a big bulletproof vest. I don't know.
He could ask Hillary about that time that she got off the plane and was taking fire. Remember?
There you go.
What she used. She didn't.
I'm telling you, this is sickening to even see what's happening in our country, and this ain't over. It's 40-some days.
Although I did see one funny one posted by Elon on Twitter. It was he wanted to build a Tesla bulletproof golf cart for Trump out at his golf courses and stuff like that. And I'm like,
I love that. So, all right, we're going to take a quick ad here. We will be right back after thanking a few of our sponsors. And you know what? I think we'll switch topics. I think we beat this one down.
All right, there we go. We'll be right back.
I'm from the Athlete's Foot Foundation.
Brother, hey, can you get my demo tape to somebody?
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber, rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitution. constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
All right, we are back. I thought I had that turned off for you guys, but I hope that didn't come through in the ad. I was messing
What's that?
I was messing around with my board, so
No. I don't think it meets out, so it should be good.
All right.
Oh, your new board. That's right. Your board.
yeah. So anyway, so by the way, we are going to be doing a shoot this Sunday out at the Axis Range on the 400-yard deer-sized gong. It's going to be the deer rifle skill challenge. I'm planning to come. And Jamie said, hey, bring one of your sons or bring them both. I'm going to see if they'll come. I know Leighton probably will. We'll see about Landon. But yeah, looking forward to, unless something happens, I'm planning to be there. So looking forward to that, everybody.
Trust me, if I had the free time, Jack would be the first one to jump in the truck and drive up. So yeah,
It'd be a lot of fun, wouldn't it?
it would.
You got to make it up here. 2A day next year is going to be a little earlier, I think, so that we don't have that issue with the cattle. I know that we had talked about it. So hopefully we can have it up there. I mean, we had fun at Whalen's.
We did.
You do one at each place. I thought it was great.
It was
and
good.
then, so my next one is let's get off the assassination and all the doom. and
Right.
gloom. I want to talk about something that was kind of fun and positive. So with that, I'm going to play the little video that Jamie made. I know you're going to be talking about it a little bit more, Jamie, but I had to brag about this because I was so proud of your daughter because she did such a great job. So we'll play you a little video that you made, and then we're going to talk just a little bit about it, and we'll move on to the next. So. Oh, did not work. Jamie and T, opener of North Dakota Youth Deer.
Yep.
She filled it in what, 30, 40 minutes?
About that, if that, yeah, probably half hour.
Yeah.
Up on the hilltop.
Up on the hill there. We saw them. And
206-yard shot with God's cartridge.
God's cartridge.
Soft point boat tail. Got a nice long shot. Heck of a blood trail.
Yeah, I don't know if I can see it here, but I was walking up here and I can see the blood trail. So
Yep.
nice job, T. That's a success. You got to be happy about that. One shot, 2 lungs. Got done it right, guys.
And, thank you, Clay. Appreciate you for having us down and getting this taken care of. Now
Anytime.
the fun starts, right?
Now the fun starts. Yep. All right.
Clayton.
Yep.
Show my daughter how to gut her first deer here. Beautiful morning. My friend Clay Peterson, and what's better than having Scott Bachmeyer, Dakota Prairie
In the
Outdoors
background.
on in the background.
Absolutely. Getting her done right, showing people how it's done.
Oh, we thought it was a lung, but turns out
Yeah, check that out,
blew the
man.
heart right out on it.
Oh, there you go.
Wow, nice shot, T. That's awesome. That's like every hunter's, that's the perfect shot.
Like blow it up, like blow the
I mean,
heart
that's nothing. Yeah, see, we thought that was a lung shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really didn't know. And I'll talk a little bit more about what the shot was. But yeah, he pulled that out. I was like, that is perfect. I mean, that's what you're looking for. And that deer didn't go that far. So. Left. Awesome. Look at it steaming. All right, man.
Just kidding.
All right. Yeah, I tell you what, I couldn't have been prouder. She just did a fantastic job.
She's a happy young woman, isn't she? Look at her.
She was very proud of that moment. I mean, it was her first deer, and I think the cleaning it, gutting it was a little bit more for her than what she was expecting. But hey,
Right.
it means she cares about something, so nothing wrong with that.
No, that's fine. And you've got to respect.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You got to respect on that too. But at the same time, what it's so good in this economy that it only is going to cost her dad one bullet.
That's right. It he kept it economical.
Economical. There you go.
Hey, you know what? You get a kid out there hunting and shooting. You don't have to worry about them doing drugs because They ain't gonna have no money for that, right? I mean,
Get them in the reloading. That's what
get
you
them in
need
the
to do.
reloading.
You'll
Everything.
never
Yeah.
be able to afford drugs.
One shot, she nailed it. It wasn't the one she wanted. She took a little smaller one, but you know what? That first deer like that, she's gonna remember this forever.
Mm-hmm.
I know me and my boys do, and I can't tell you how happy I was. I know what Jamie was feeling because I've been through it twice, and you only get to do it once unless you get
Yeah.
more kids. So I just really was. I was so proud of how she did it because that hill we were on, we were in a really bad spot. We saw the deer, so we pulled up and just kept driving. I said, we're just going to keep driving. I didn't expect them to be there
Right.
on the road at first. And when we got up, we hiked up that hill, and even this big fat boy actually did okay going up there. But anyway, we get up there, and that's when we should have seen how she was sneaking up. So it kind of got down there a little farther, but she had to make that shot pretty much sitting on a
Yeah.
side hill. The bipods weren't near as long as they probably needed to be, like if you had shooting sticks.
Right.
Well, she did that at 206 yards, not in the ideal situation. And she's never done any active shooting like that, real, where you're going to be in that situation. And she did it. And she did it successfully. All the practice she done, all the teaching Jamie done. I mean, that's what you call done right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
to me,
it
that's
was. Like I said, memory.
now,
It's a great memory.
yeah, and now she's gonna know exactly when she does it next time that she can do it. The
Mhm.
confidence that builds in a young shooter, and of course he was using a suppressor, and I highly recommend that for anybody anymore. I don't know why we didn't do it years ago, and why they didn't allow it years ago, because that's the way to shoot.
We had so much stigma on it, so much stigma, and now the science is in. I mean, I am amazed when we were at 2A Day last year. Some of the weapons that Dave Fettig and that had that we had with suppressors, and some that Jamie or not Jamie, Whalen in them, and I was just like, oh my God, that just takes so much of the out of it, and it was amazing.
Introducing new people, whether they're old or young or middle aged, anybody new, I think that's the way you introduce it to them.
Yeah,
take that aspect out of it, and don't give them the biggest gun in the world so it blows their shoulder out. I still see people do that, and it pisses me off. Like, really, why'd you do that? Oh yeah, you see her shoot it. It's usually a lady. Yeah, you're a moron. Now she'll probably never shoot again. You moron.
Yeah,
that stuff just pisses me
you shut them off of it. Yeah, that's what it is.
We want more people to do it. But it was a great experience. I think she had a fun time. But yeah, it lasted 20, 30 minutes. So yeah, I actually had a different spot rounded up because I hadn't been seeing. I mean, I knew there were deer in there, but I hadn't been seeing them. But I was pleasantly surprised then, because I walked back to the pickup, and then I went back home because Jamie forgot his gear, so I
Right.
got his. But then I headed up the road. So I had to go way up north and come back around, come through the gate to get in that pasture. And oh my goodness, the deer I seen, whitetails, mule deer, grouse, pheasant. I was like, there's plenty of game. I actually feel very confident about shooting pheasants this year. So when you're up here, you might as well bring a shotgun.
I know it's been kind of hit and miss in the last few years. I mean, there are some years that I've come up there, and different areas have been good with. But the grouse and the grouse and other birds like that have really, really come back strong.
The grouse, there are so many grouse around here. If you're looking to hunt grouse, call me if you know me, because there are so many grouse around. Grouse are a little different. I mean, you're not going to find them in the trees, and
right.
They're kind of scattered out. But today I was out fencing. I should have had a shotgun with me. I could have shot a lot of grouse just by walking along, putting clips on, and going around the fence.
So 410, is that what you use for grouse for you or anything like that?
I use 12 gauge.
Well, because when Henry and a bunch of others came out with the new lever action 410s, bringing it back out, it was there. We had it years ago, but they brought them back out and made them popular. I've been thinking about that gun in particular because I kind of like that. With my bad shoulder, it put a string on it. It'd be kind of nice to go out and
you do okay with the 410. You lose a little heavier load, of course.
Right.
Do that. I mean, there's not a lot in a 410, so
right.
you gotta have. Do you want more BBs or do you want heavier shot? I would want heavier shot
right.
than more BBs, because grouse aren't as easy. Grouse don't come down that easy either.
Right.
They're native to this area. They got a lot of that downy feathers, and they're tough.
Yeah.
Partridge, if you're quick enough, you can usually bring them down with 14.
Right.
20 gauge is another good one. Nothing wrong with a 20 gauge or a 16. I have a 16. I like my 16. That's kind of in between there, and it does the job. I usually can use 5-shot
Right.
or 6, but I prefer 5 in my 16 gauge, and I've taken a lot of birds with that 16 gauge.
When my daughter was much younger, she's like 29 now and successful on her own. Oh, she just finished her master's, by the way. So I'm very proud of her. So when she was just a kiddo, my father-in-law took her out shooting shotguns and gave her a single shot 20 gauge on an old model, and it was just a big hunk of wood and just kicked like a freaking mule. And I was mad about that because you're right. She was shocked by it. It hurt her shoulder and bruised her a little bit. And and that's one of those things where it's like, you want these kids to want to do this. You don't want to start their first memory off with something bad.
Well, that gun right there, that's one of my 16 gauges, and it's got the deal on the ends where it's an adjustable choke.
Right.
I don't have to keep putting chokes in it. Yeah, pump action. Like I said, yeah. I mean, then I've got a semi-auto here, and another one got an over and under, and another semi-auto. A semi-auto is good too.
Oh yeah.
Take the semi-auto, and that takes a lot of the recoil out.
That's like the Benelli that I've got you from years ago from the NRA ramp. Love that thing. My son loves it too. It's got very little kick on it. It's just so nice and smooth.
That, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
that was our gun of the year that year.
Yeah, that was a good gun. I love that one. And so but I've got a lot of the Winchesters and both the wood and the synthetic and whatnot, and and they're nice and they're nice to have, but I really do like that Benelli more than anything else. It's just,
and that's a light gun. That was an ultralight,
and
it doesn't kick like you'd think it would, because especially that semi-auto, and they just did a nice job with that gun.
No, that was excellent. Yeah.
Tell you what, I'm gonna get to a few of these comments now.
Okay.
Josie Milbrandt says, "Hey, fantastic job." Jamie says, "Nice. That's awesome. Thanks again. No problem, Jamie. Anytime. You know that. I enjoy doing that. I really do. Yeah, bring those.
I
turn them off when you're showing the video. One shot caps, nice work. That's what it's all about. Absolutely. That's the thing about this. It was a great experience. She had fun. She wants to do it again. She was already at the end there, towards the end, just talking about it. We'll talk about the range because she's a good shot. So boys, watch out. Anyway, Eric Truman, he says, you said that the heart shot is the perfect shot. I disagree. I like lung shots because I eat the heart.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
We won't go into what you will eat, Eric. Yeah, come on. I mean, we take this guy to Florida. He'll eat a heart out of a deer, but he won't eat any good barbecue.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'll just have a burger. I'll just have a burger. And I'm like, just expand that palate a little bit. You had a chance for some for all kinds of alligator meat and everything else and all that, but no, you're just.
So Josie, he says, just as fun watching it all go down as it is doing it yourself, especially with the kiddos. Absolutely, Josie. Both the times when I had them first times with my kids, I didn't even take a gun. I don't know if you're supposed to or not. I wouldn't have cared anyway, but I just thought I want them to do it. And I got more of a thrill out there going out with them and watching them do it and implement everything I'd done with them and taught them. And then they were successful. I did it with Landon first because he was older and he got a pretty nice mule deer buck. He took this first shot and he shot an antler off. I had Eric actually do a skull, European with that. And then the second shot, he just dropped it right there.
Yep.
So that was a fun hunt. But then when it came time for Leighton to go out and do his first one, that's what was awesome because he was there actually coaching his brother.
Right.
I mean, and then when Leighton hit that deer, they both high-fived each other and they're running. I couldn't hardly keep up with them two little turds. And I'm just, that's what it's all about. To me, there was nothing more gratifying.
Well, and it's like my Jack has become a lover of hunting and all that. And so, I got him for the Turkey Federation. He won a great trip to go out to Pringle and do a hunt out there, which a guy named Massa took him out, and fantastic guy, and took him on this fantastic hunt, and just and now he's doing all kinds of different stuff, and he's got buddies that want to go and do hunting as well. And that's the thing, is like he wants to do archery now too. You know,
And we
that's
have to keep it going. But like I always stress to everybody, when you're getting people out there hunting, that's good, right? We got to have more hunters. We do need them, but we also have to stress to them that they can't just be hunters. They have to be involved also in that political fight against anti-hunters and
mhm.
anti-gun segments of the country, because they're out there. They're going to face them someday on their own, and they can't play that middle of the road nice
I'm
guy.
just a hunter. Yeah.
You got to get involved because they will come for your stuff eventually, and they're doing it now. So
Yeah.
I always, my boys, I instilled that going, hey, we love to hunt, but the Second Amendment ain't about hunting.
Nope.
Second Amendment's about the right to keep and bear arms. Hunting's just a great thing that we get to do with firearms, because technically we don't need guns, right? So to
Right.
keep being told, we got bows, we got crossbows, whatever.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sticks.
Not like what Jamie just said there. You gonna read that?
Yeah. Mike, my daughter says you have a radio voice. Well, thank you. And
Yeah.
you are absolutely correct. So,
Yeah, might know something about that.
because
right?
I do not have a face for radio, or face for TV, so I'm in radio.
And then Jamie says, yeah, he goes, she really enjoyed Clay's gun range and the gong. She did. So we went out and started shooting on the gongs the night, on Friday after he got down here. I'm telling you, she can shoot. She took that ranch rifle and she was hitting that little bitty gong. It's about this big at 100 yards. And I think Jamie's got those videos now. But and then she was hitting the bigger gongs dead on. She shot out to the 325. She hit that. I mean, there was no. That's why it didn't surprise me that she hit what she was aiming at, because she's really good with that gun, and you can tell she's familiar with it. And then you got to credit Jamie with that. He had her on the range. He taught her how to do it, and she listened, which is
Yeah.
even better yet. And you've heard me say this how many times? I'd rather teach women or ladies or girls to shoot than guys, because guys always have this preconceived notion. It's like,
Right.
well, if you know it all, why are you here?
Yeah. True.
So,
True.
no, I just, yep, she did a great job. She had a lot of fun shooting. I mean, she took that 22 Rascal, and I think she shot Jamie up to correct me, but it seemed like till we pretty much couldn't see anymore. It was getting pretty dark down. At least for my old eyes, it was getting a little dark. Now that they're half century old, right?
Right. That's right. Happy birthday to you from the other day. There you go.
Yeah, turned a big 50. So that's
Well, I think that Danelle can still trade you in for a good model, but
she probably can upgrade. Everything works on me.
oh,
So Lynette says T is a great shot. Yeah, she was.
she is.
She did a great job, and I imagine she's going to be there Sunday. So it'll be good to see her. I'm going to bring my drone along, see if I can't get a little get that thing to fly out there.
Yeah.
Maybe get some good video of it, because that was pretty cool. And then we can put a little music or something.
Cool.
But anyway, so that was a success. North Dakota youth season opened. Leighton could have still shot in that season, but he didn't want to, and he wants to go out with the big boys. So
Yeah.
we're actually going to go out. I did take Jamie up to the river bottom that we were going to hunt, and Jamie, just so you know, I made it up there since then. Holy cow! We should have got up early in the morning the next day and went up there and tried just going around, as I saw some dandies up there. I figured that there was some in there, and then they were. So I'm kind of looking forward. I might go up there and try it first.
Yeah.
We might.
Yeah. That'd be great.
But I got some decent ones on the place too, and they revealed themselves that day that Jamie was out when I was heading north. So, and you've been to my place. No one, if you haven't been here, you don't know what it means when I say I'm heading to the north or going to the north place. But that's where I saw them. So, all right, I'm looking forward to hunting season. That's all I can tell
I
you.
am too. Yeah, I am too. So we're almost there. Jack's chomping at the bits as well, and it's going to be another great one. And
Well, I got antelope coming up. So we've all got tags here, and I think I got the buck picked out for. I don't know which boy is going to get it, but I hope one of them decides that they maybe they'll both go after it. See who can put the best sneak on it, huh?
So my boss, we were at the banquet that the South Dakota shooting sports banquet at the Corn Palace this past weekend. Raised a lot of money. They do it for the shooting sports here in South Dakota. And you guys had the gun show up in Mobridge. I saw some of the footage from Gene's Facebook and whatnot. But my boss won a 22 250, and of course he's not familiar with that round. And we'll probably have to talk. Have we had Jamie talk about that round very much, or?
No, I mean we've touched on it, but I love that round. I really do.
Yeah.
I think it's a fun
I
round.
might have to go on there and talk to Jamie about that, because now I'm kind of curious about wanting to get something like that myself. But you know, it's one of those things where you see it and you go, I'd like to have one of those. Of course, I like to have one of everyone, but yeah, there you go, or two actually. But so we might talk about that. But yeah. So we want to hit another commercial here real quick, and
Yeah,
then,
let's do the quadruple, and let's do the big one. Thank everybody, and then we'll come back and we'll keep going down rabbit holes, and that's okay.
that's all right. That's all right. We've got a good badass of the week coming up for us as well.
Go ahead and hit her.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota. Give them a call at 701-258-6308. The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308. 701-258-6308. Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy, Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Ever tried catching a fish with your bare hands or hunting a deer with a stick? Don't be that guy. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we've got all the hunting and camping gear you need. We're your one-stop shop for outdoor adventure.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Check us out at mandansportinggoods.com, or better yet, stop in to 210 East Main Street, Mandan, North Dakota. Mandan Sporting Goods, where the outdoors meets functionality. Store hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Sunday. Take up arms at Mandan Sporting Goods. Your adventure starts here.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
Yeah, hey, look, I got the moves like Michael, the flow like Aubrey, walk around thinking I'm a prince like Saudi. Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in, know my worth, can't tell me nothing. White Nikes, albino, pink up my stilo, head to the top, bottom line is a motto.
Right. Welcome back, everybody.
Gunsin the701.com, and we are back. What's that there? You got Clay?
Well, I thought, being we mentioned Gene's gun show, I thought, you know what, I'll just show you a little bit here that they did a little live video here.
Yeah.
Okay, we did the car show. You've seen all that. Now let's go to the gun show. This is going to be open today and tomorrow. And if you're looking for guns, memorabilia, you name it, it's here at the gun show. Lots of vendors, lots of things to sell. If you've been thinking about buying a new gun, now's the time.
Or a used one, right?
No, you're using. There you go.
It's nice and cool in here. Hi.
You can see they had a lot of stuff there.
Handguns, binoculars, silencers. You name it, they've got it here.
And this was a Dakota Territory gun collector's gun show.
Oh yeah, I know those guys well.
And
Well, hello there. How are you today?
We're doing just great, thank you.
Well, thank you for coming.
You bet. Thank you for having us.
and it's kind of good to see a lot of them vendors. I recognize them.
There you go, and look at some more here. Again, here's more guns.
They have the
Lots
Monterey event.
and lots and lots of guns.
I know. I keep looking
I'm
to see
thinking
what I
there's
want.
probably a gun here for every price range.
There you go.
We'll just do a quick rundown. And there is all.
I know that our sponsor, Little Angry Man Arms, was there. I know he had a booth there. So he said he had a pretty good weekend. So thanks
Good.
for going.
All price ranges.
Brian Warner, loopholes as far as the eye can see.
I can see.
Love it. Slug says he's got to take my word on that. I imagine he's talking about that coming up and bringing that drone.
Having a
Right, there
little
you
bit
go.
of problem with connection in here.
Always bad in that building.
To walk way down all the aisle.
Well, you know, when they originally built buildings like that, they didn't
But you get
think
the
of
drift.
the whole,
Cell phones.
you know, well, internet and everything else. So.
So when I was a kid, I wrestled in that little arena many, many times. At AE.
Oh, who has footage of that? Come on.
Jax.
Luckily, nobody.
Oh my gosh, what are you going to do with that?
You're live on Facebook, buddy.
What is that on your head? Where'd you get the tattoo? Oh,
Against child abuse.
they're pretty nice,
Right.
weren't they?
First tattoo. I remember my first tattoo.
Well, thanks for coming downtown.
So anyway,
Yeah,
that's
artwork.
I tell you what, we need to hire this girl because she's better at promoting stuff than some people I know. So there you go.
yeah. No, I just thought we'd do a little. I think that went on for a little bit more there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you can
fine.
see I've got a few things. Talking to the guys that did make it over there. I unfortunately didn't make it over there, but had a great turnout. Like I said, Little Angry Man over there, John. He said he had a really good show. He was happy with it, and I think
You know
he
what?
was-
We got to find out where Dakota Territory Arms Collectors, Dakota Territory Gun Collectors, having their next show. Maybe we should send Jamie there as our roving reporter and have him do some interviews.
coming up. If I remember right, it's in Bismarck. It's coming up. It might even be this weekend.
And I know Jamie will be there. Like, oh man, I got to go to a gun show. You know, I know it'll be that way.
I don't remember. I got it. I'm a life member, so
Yeah.
all I'd have to do. September 28th, guys. There it is.
Bismarck.
Yep, Bismarck Event Center. That's the Civic Center. Everyone has
Yep.
to rename everything.
Oh yeah.
So that's at 315 South 5th Street, Bismarck, North Dakota. It's really easy to find. Like I said, it's the Civic Center in Bismarck, and they got 360 tables is what they're advertising.
Geez, that's a pretty good show. Right? I like that.
Well, they finally got themselves a website after years. I remember when we were doing stuff with them. I said, you guys
Right.
really need to get a website. Well, they do have one now. So, yeah. So there it is, guys. Next show, Bismarck, North Dakota, September 28th.
You remember those old copier or mimeograph copiers that did the really black ink and it was smudged and whatnot? Those are the guys back in the day. Oh, that's all we need. We'll just put some up around town and that'll be fine. You know, and I'm like, well, no, the world's changing. We need to do a little better than that. So
Yeah, it's just a little, right? See, I had to look at my phone here.
Jamie say, let me see what Jamie said to say. So of course we said to talk about sending Jamie down to be our roving reporter, but Jamie says, if it's this weekend he can't make it, I'm going to be at the farm, but I like your idea, Mike. Yeah, there you go. So,
Yep,
I mean,
next weekend, September 20th. I won't be making it. I thought we are having our North Dakota Farm Bureau grant
that's right.
meeting. So I will not be making it either.
You know, when we do that with Jamie, though, when we send him out to stuff like that, we're going to give him one of those fedora hats with the scoop, the word, reporter or scoop on the side. So, there
yes,
we go.
absolutely.
All right.
Oh, I think it'd be fun. And I imagine, I don't know, a lot of times some of our sponsors show up there and have booths. So yeah,
Yep.
it's a Dakota territory one, and generally they make that circuit. So
Right.
Rapid Cities is this weekend. Oh, okay, Rapid Rifle Club. Good to know.
Good to know. Thank you, Doug. Appreciate that.
I used to make that one quite often when I was a rep. I used to try to make as many as I could, actually.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was kind of the thing that an NRA rep should do, and the type of people he should know.
Yep.
But the guys that came after you had a different opinion about it.
He didn't care. Triple D. But Dougie says that's right. It's right down the street from Lauer Auto Repair there on South Washington Street. Right. Again, 309 South Washington Street, Lauer Auto Repair.
That's some good placement right there. It's a product placement. I like that.
Shouldn't have had to remind me of that, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I think this is a great time to go into the badass of the week, and then we got a few other things. I do have a happy ending of the week as well.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, let's. I think that'd be this right now. I think this would be a good time to do that.
So it's about 7 minutes. So if you got 7 minutes, I hope you like this one. I went back to the old intro on this because I couldn't get away from work, and I don't have the new intro on my. I only have it on my home computer, and I've been doing so many hours at work that I just had to do it while I was there in the off hours. So we'll go ahead and do this for you. Be back in about 7 minutes. It's gunsin the701.com, and here we are with our badass of the week, week 18.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Guns in the 701's Badass of the Week. That's right, every week we try to go deep into history and find some badass out there that you need to know about, never forget about, and always have in the back of your mind as, my gosh, that person was a badass. On this episode of Badass of the Week, we're talking about Francis.
Nobody calls me Francis.
We're talking about Francis Pegamagabo. Now, Francis Pegamagabo was born on March 9th, 1891 in Shenawalga First Nation, Ontario, Canada. As an Ojibwe, he grew up immersed in traditions and teachings of his people. But orphaned at a young age, he was raised by his extended family who taught him the skills of hunting, tracking, and survival in the wilderness. These early experiences would later prove to really help him in his badassery. Just a week or so after the British declared war on Germany in World War I, well, Francis enlisted in 1914, and Pegamagabo felt a strong sense of duty and enlisted in the Canadian Expeditionary Forces. Now, he joined the 1st Battalion Canadian Expeditionary Force and quickly became known for his exceptional marksmanship and scouting abilities. His skills were put to the test in the trenches of Europe, a new type of war that no one had ever seen before. A modern warfare. One of Pegamagabo's first major engagements was the Second Battle of Ypres in 1915. Now, this battle was notorious for the first large-scale use of poison gas, that's right, mustard gas and more, by the German forces. And now, amidst the chaos and deadly gas attacks, Pegamagabo, his bravery and quick thinking, saved so many lives. Now, he scouted enemy positions, relaying crucial information and provided covering fire for his comrades, who were negotiating a new hell in warfare. By 1916, at the Battle of Somme, that was another significant chapter in Pegamagabo's military career. He was marked by brutal trench warfare and massive casualties. Pegamagabo's role as a sniper and a scout was critical. He often volunteered for dangerous reconnaissance missions, crawling through no man's land to gather intelligence on enemy movements. His accuracy as a sniper made him a formidable opponent, and he was credited with numerous enemy kills. But that wasn't all. At night, Pegamagabo would sneak into German trenches and remove parts of sleeping soldiers' uniforms. Now, he'd do this following the warrior tradition of counting coup, which involves intimidating an enemy and persuading them to admit defeat without having to kill them. Hence where he got the name The Ghost in the Trenches.
By the way, that's a great book if you ever want to pick that one up. Why it's not a movie, I don't know.
Now, throughout his service, Pegamagabo was awarded the military medals 3 times for his bravery and dedication. These decorations made him one of the most decorated Indigenous soldiers in Canadian history. His courage and resilience in the face of adversity was truly remarkable. Now, Pegamagabo, using the much maligned Ross rifle, is what he racked up a total of 378 German kills and capturing more than 300 more during the war. Now, the Ross rifle was much better for sniper use than it was for the average soldier. A sniper could more easily afford to have their rifle sized up because of the mud and the soldiers trying to repel a trench raid, and they could take better advantage of the speed of a straight pull bolt for follow-up shots. But Pegamagabo loved his Ross rifle. After the war, Pegamagabo returned to Canada, but the transition to civilian life was challenging. He faced discrimination and struggled to find employment, and despite the difficulties, he remained committed to his people and their rights. He became an advocate for Indigenous veterans and worked tirelessly to improve the conditions of his community. Pegamagabo served as chief of the Perry Island Band and later as a counselor. He fought for the rights of Indigenous people, including the better access to education, healthcare, and land rights. His leadership and advocacy were instrumental in advancing the cause of Indigenous veterans and their communities. Francis Pegamagabo. His life and adventures reflect the strength and spirit of the Ojibwe people. His bravery on the battlefield and his commitment to his community continue to inspire and resonate with many today. His story is a powerful reminder of the contributions of Indigenous soldiers and the importance of recognizing their sacrifices and achievements. And if I didn't already say it, my God, that man was a badass. Sources for this badass of the week were, of course, Wikipedia, because what would I do without it? WarHistoryOnline.com, the Canadian Encyclopedia.ca, WarHistoryOnline.com, the Great War YouTube page, and CBC.ca. Well, that concludes this week's Badass of the Week on GunsInThe701.com. As always, if you've got a badass in history you want us to talk about, do a little show on, we'd love to hear from you. Drop us a line. We take critiques, we take compliments, and we even take money. That's right. See that QR code up in the corner? You can click on that and donate a little cash. If you got it, we could use it to keep our equipment up to snuff and, get all our bills paid. To write me directly, you can go to Mike@GunsInThe701.com. That's Mike@GunsInThe701.com. Remember, for a back catalog, you can always go to our website, GunsInThe701.com. We've got Guns in the 701's weekly show on Wednesday there. We've also got our friend Jamie and the 701 Nation show there as well with the back catalog and our Badass of the Week. Well, that'll about do it for today. Until next time, for Badass of the Week, I'm Mike. And remember, as my friend Clay always says, keep your powder dry and stay safe, you bunch of badasses.
All right.
Yeah. Woo-hoo. Nice job.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. That was a great one. I actually got a preview of it before everybody, but that was a great badass of the week.
378 kills, 300 captured, and the counting coup thing is the best part of that. You think about that.
Can you imagine though? You're sitting there and you wake up in the morning, your clothes have been taken, they're cut off, your medals. To me, that would be like, what, this guy could have freaking slit my throat.
He could, yeah. I think, yeah. But that's a lot of talk online, especially up in Canada and whatnot, about some great heroes. We've got them here as well that don't get the recognition, and especially the Indigenous. And he's one of them. Why he's not a movie, I don't know. I mean that.
Yeah, no,
truly,
that was a great one.
Like I said, we don't want this history to be lost. And I know we have the internet and everything, but that's not the same. So that's why we like to talk about this stuff. And last week I was talking about we did the woman with the tank girlfriend.
Yes,
and there was a movie that was done similar to that. It's actually subtitled because it's in Russian, but it's called T-34, and beautiful movie about the dangers of basically you're in a Yugo. You got about as much armor as a Yugo, with and about the same power of an engine, and you're driving through taking on Panzer tanks and whatnot. And it was difficult, but beautiful movies are out there about that stuff. But subtitles on that one.
2018 movie. I just looked it up there. So
Yeah.
I might have to go check that one. I like movies like that.
Yeah, T-34 is a beautiful movie. It's a beautiful movie. So yeah.
All right. Well, good job again. I thought you did a great job. Jamie says another true badass. There you
There we go.
So, all righty. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do here is I had a few things, but I think I want to do unless you got something else you want to do.
I only got one little jokey thing at the end, but other than that, no, go for your thing.
I am going to just quickly go over what basically this is Concealed Carry USA.
Right.
They picked out the top 10 revolvers for self-defense in 2024. So what do you think, Mike? You know any of them that might be on here?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and the top 10.
By the way, Mike has no clue about this one.
No, I don't. So if I was going to go to top 10, I mean, obviously they'll probably put in there the 45, the 1911. I'm going to guess there's got to be a couple revolvers in there, so I'm going to guess Smith & Wesson.
Top 10 revolvers.
Oh, top 10 revolvers. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, so
in there.
Okay, so yeah, you're talking about revolvers. No, go ahead and tell me then, because I'm
all right. Oh, Doug. Okay, we got people chiming in. Yeah, this is so. Doug Thompson says he thinks a Sig P365's on there.
Yeah.
It's not on their list, so surprisingly, actually. But these are revolvers, so that's probably why. All right, here's the top 10 revolvers, guys. Coming in at number 10, the Smith & Wesson Model 66. That one didn't surprise me, honestly. It really didn't. It come out in 1970-ish. Yeah,
right.
Based on the Combat Magnum. It's a nice little K-frame, nice little revolver. I guess I could have brought that up, but you can see a picture of it there.
Oh yeah.
Not a bad one. The K revolvers, them things, they've been around for everywhere or for a long time. They're pretty versatile. They're easy to use, maneuver. I've got one, so not too bad of a gun. I guess I wouldn't be on my list, but it's not bad. So number 9. Now this one I do like. I own one of these, and I'll tell you, I'll give you a hint. It's a heavier revolver, and it was made by Sturm and Ruger. Which model do you think it is?
I own one. Anybody chimes in on that one because I don't know.
All right. Well, this one is the Ruger GP100, and I have a GP100.
Oh, I remember that.
Just a nice little revolver. That thing is just.
Don't you have like a rose-colored handle on that or something like that?
Yeah, I've got some different grips for it too.
Yeah, the grips on it are nice on that. Yeah.
Nice little gun. I also have this next one. Yeah, I got too many guns, maybe. No such thing. The number 8, the Smith & Wesson Model 688. Really, that GP100 is probably its closest competitor as far as the way these two firearms are actually made. The GP100 is what right in the frame, and it does. That's why I like that. Fun gun to shoot. In fact, sometimes that's what's in my backpack. That red backpack you see me.
Mm-hmm.
I would have my GP100 in that. But this is right here. They say it's a direct competitor to both the Smith & Wesson K and L frame revolvers.
Right.
Largest K from everything I just said. But it is equal to the L frame. It's a little heavier. A lot of people like this. Says most would find the too large and heavy to conceal. I disagree. I think you can do it easily. But everyone has their own. But it comes in at number 8. So it doesn't surprise me. A lot of the Smith & Wesson revolvers are on here because Smith & Wesson's been making revolvers forever. Josie Milbrand. How many guns do you need? All of them. There you go. Perfect.
I'm like, are you making a list? Because I can give you a list.
Yeah, I'm checking it. My sister says the Walther P250. Yeah, that's not on here either.
Well, I just picked up my Walther, what is it, CCP 9mm, and we had that really cool one we had at the NRA a few years back.
Nice
And
gun.
I sold to my father-in-law and like an idiot, and so I wanted one again. So I got it and picked it up on Friday.
There you go. Nothing like getting that new gun smell, right?
Mhm,
Doug Wolf says
mhm.
Derringer 45-7. That should be on the list, Doug. It really should. I mean, I really like those little Derringers. I'm kind of partial to Bond Arms. I really like their Derringer.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's nothing on here for a Derringer. Yeah, I think when you look at whoever made this list, they're really looking for a self-defense gun that's probably going to be capable of knocking down somebody, killing them, not necessarily just wounding them.
Right.
But anyway, number 7, Smith & Wesson Model 640 Pro Series. I do not have one of these. They're a good gun too. They're just about like the 686,
Mhm.
but I've never actually shot one of these. There's no hammer though. It's I'll show you. It's the hammerless.
See, but I don't mind the hammerless one for concealed carry because you don't get for, unless you've got the perfect holster for it or whatever like that, you don't have to worry about the hammer getting caught up on anything on cloth.
And my concealed gun, I don't know if it's because I've shot so many cowboy action revolvers. I like the hammer. I guess I like to have that single action opportunity versus and the double action.
Right.
Shoot it either way. That's what this would be. This would be a double action gun. All right, number 6 coming in is another one. That's going to they printed this one. Guess what they did here? Oh no, there it is. Never mind. This is the same one. Number 6. I'm looking at the wrong page. Ruger SP-101, which I also have one of them. Now, I actually bought that one for my wife because I could get that in a 357 Magnum.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really enjoy shooting the SP-101. And I mean, that thing, no, I don't have it out here. I had it out here for a while behind me. I love the grip on it. If you look at this gun, it has a nice feel when you grab that grip. It has enough heaviness or enough weight to it that it doesn't really kick back in your hand. When you are shooting them heavier 357 mag loads, it'll take them pretty nice. It is loud. It's a little short barrel. I love it. But Donnell was shooting 9mm through it, rather than, or not 38s through it.
Right.
And I thought that was a really nice little shooting gun with even 38s going through it. So I really enjoy it. If you're looking for a great gun and you want a concealed one with a little more oomph and options, to me, that's a great gun. And I like my Rugers. You've seen my collection. They got heavier frames anyway. Here's one, and this is the Kimber number 5 K6S. Now,
I got to tell you, I am a big fan of that and been wanting a couple for a while.
Okay.
When they first came out a few years ago, those are they're beautiful. And you're talking about being able to shoot 9mm or different calibers. It's a beautiful. The K6 is a beautiful gun.
So I imagine I know nothing about this gun. Surprisingly, I don't. Does it shoot 357 mags too?
Yeah. Any 38s in that will shoot. Yeah.
Reading on it right now. So yeah, or 38 special. Yeah, and then I'm with you. I like that option of having both. I imagine that Kimber came out looking at this firearm. It looks a lot like the SP-101, don't it?
Right.
It really does. So, yeah, you know more about that one than I do.
Well, it's a beautiful gun when it first came out. I think it came out right near the end of our NRA tour, and so that's about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And just as a wheel gun lover, it has a unique look and feel to it.
It's a nice looking gun.
Yeah. The shape of it just feels a little different, and it feels solid. I do like that. I have my Taurus that I liked, my 38 357, and I liked that one. But this one felt much better in my hand, so I like that K6.
Yeah, no, as I said, it's a nice looking gun. Coming at number 4 on the list, and really, that's a relatively new gun. Then,
it's not too old.
All right, number 4. Sorry, that one came in at number 5. Number 4 is Smith & Wesson 340 MP. Now, this one, I don't actually have this, and I've actually shot these, but they're little. They're about 13 ounces. They're really lightweight.
Would you consider that the Bodyguard? You consider that what the Bodyguard is?
Yeah, it looks a lot like the Bodyguard.
It looks a lot like the Bodyguard. I think the Bodyguard is. What makes the Bodyguard is having it has the little laser thing on it and all that.
Well, and I think doesn't the bodyguard? I got to remember, doesn't it just shoot 38 special?
Yeah, 38
People shoot
38p.
357 mag.
What is that? The 38 plus thing? Yeah.
This one here, this will shoot the 357 mag. Now I can tell you, shooting a 357 mag out of that, that's going to arc a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, and it does 13. I thought it was a 13.5 ounces. I thought it was around 13 ounces. That's a really, really light gun. Easy to conceal. It's hammerless, double action, of course. So yeah, I mean it's this guy here. Just shooting magnum loads out of such a lightweight gun is no joke, and I prefer shooting the 38 plus P rounds.
Yeah.
The 340 M&P has some advantages over the more common Smith & Wesson airweight models. It's slightly lighter. It offers the ability to change front sights, but those features come with a significantly higher price tag too. So that's why he put it where it is. But again, it's all in preference. I don't know. I'm not into them lightweight ones. I've got one of them smaller lightweights too, but yeah.
Right.
All right. Here's the Smith & Wesson number 3 model 442 and 642. Now we had these in the we had the 642s if I remember right.
Right in the
they're almost identical Model J frames. The two are different though; they have different finishes. One is an aluminum framed revolver, and that's the one we had in the NRA banquets that one year.
Right.
That's 642, and that one actually has mine has the cherry wood grips on that one too.
Right. That's the one I'm thinking of.
So. It's a nice little gun. It's very concealable, and I can tell you, it's not as bad to shoot as you think it would be.
Your sister is always looking for. Did you guys have hand-me-downs when you guys were kids? Because she wants you to hand down some of those lightweight guns. So.
Yeah, she's going to take one of those lightweights off your hands. I'm sure you would, sis. Yeah. Now, number 2 is Lipsy's exclusive Smith & Wesson Ultimate Carry J frame. Now, I don't know anything about this.
I don't know much about. I know about the J frame, but I don't know much about the J frame.
Here, it's a 642 or a 442. He said the gun is essentially a high customized 642 or 442 revolver with changes made to the frame, the trigger. Imagine I can see it now looking at it that is pretty much either one of those guns, and it's got nice grips on it. The guns also come chambered for 5 rounds of 38 special plus P. Or 6 rounds of 32 H&R Magnum. So that'd be kind of nice.
It's different.
I don't have one of them. I should have one of them 32s. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Well,
everybody, you now know what Clay wants for Christmas.
Yeah, any gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, and we sold a shitload of them. That's the only term for this. In our NRA banquets and used them in raffles and had them everywhere. What do you think I'm talking about? Remember, revolvers.
The revolvers.
So there were 2 really small revolvers we used a lot from. I'll give you a hint.
Oh, I'm going to say LC9.
LCRs, the revolver.
Okay, there you go. Yep. Ruger, right?
7, yep, Ruger. And I mean, did we use a ton of these in the banquets?
Yeah.
And this guy picks that as the number 1. And I can tell you right now, a lot of people carry these. I know a lot of people that carry these. I don't have one of these. I've had them, and I just always seem to trade them off or sell them and get something different. So.
And I think one of those things came out the same time the bodyguard is, and they were like $200 cheaper than the bodyguard. Yeah. So I think everybody gravitated toward that. Like it had the quality, and it was a great shooter. And why spend the extra $200 for just the name? I mean, Ruger was really putting a hard game on that one when they came out with that.
Yeah. Yes, they were. And they had the LCPs, which I was a semi out. Wasn't that the LCP? Is that what they called them?
Yeah.
But I've had a couple of these LCRs, and they were good guns. I just never held on to them. Brian says the 38 plus P, Mama Joe has a bodyguard. So Brian Warner, that's what his wife carries. Anyway, this was the number 1 revolver, top 10 revolver, according to these guys. And I mean, it's a nice gun. It's not a full size. It's concealable. It's hammerless, and I do like a hammer. I see a lot of people preferred that as well.
Right.
But and it can shoot a 357 mag, or of course you can put the 38 specials in there, which is really nice. It's just another option. It's roughly the size of a Smith & Wesson J frame. Tends to shoot softer than airweight J frames though. This comes in at 17 ounces, so everybody knows.
Very light.
The trigger also proves much lighter and smoother out of the box. And I thought the same thing when I had mine. I thought that was a smooth shooting gun. I thought it handled well. It fit even in my hands. Because it's kind of small, but I did okay with it. But I don't know. It's what's one of them guns. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I kind of want something different. I'll trade that one.
Right.
I never held on to one. Kind of like a 22-250. So that's your top 10 revolvers for self-defense, according to these guys. And there you have it. Right.
That was pretty good. I like that.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a lot of them on there. I like
do this kind of stuff once in a while. And I thought, maybe I'll throw that in.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good because and like I said, it's like a Christmas list. You're looking at going, I don't have that. I want that. I want another one of those. Or
no, everybody always wants you to make your Amazon list. There, I got mine right there.
There you go.
I can't find it on Amazon, but you can definitely find it at one of our sponsors, like Little Angry Man Firearms LLC or Mandan Sporting Goods. Stop in and fill your Christmas list. There you
but
go.
not available yet on Temu.
Yeah.
Yet. Yeah,
well, for half the price. Let's get to coming to some of these comments that people were coming in here.
Yeah.
We did read some of them. Let's see. Christy didn't type that one. I like what Josie said. How many guns you need? All of them. Absolutely every single one.
Eric Newman was talking about the hammers on that. Yep. So yeah.
Jamie said the same things. I definitely prefer a hammer on a revolver, and I do too. It's my preference. Not that it's bad or wrong. It's just I do like a hammer on it. Yeah, Eric, I know that. He says, when I shoot a revolver, I want the hammer, and he wants a big. I mean, he shoots big pistols.
Right.
He's got a Casole, and I'll tell you what, that thing's fun to shoot. By the way, Doug Thompson. Yep, I knew that. Yep, he says had one for Lisa, but didn't shoot very good. And I don't remember you. I remember you replaced that, but I don't remember what you replaced it with. So my sister says she loves Temu. Well, you know what? I look at it this way. If I don't have to give Basil's money, I just bypass him with his Chinese goods and just go directly to the source, right?
Yeah, there you go.
That's where our little box came here, remember?
Yeah.
And it's not now. I will say this. It works good. Took a little to hook it up. But the buttons don't necessarily mean what they say when
no, they do not. No.
And there's a 666 button on there.
I don't know what that one does. You afraid to push it? Is that what it does?
That's what that does. That's what that button does.
Right.
I do like the voice changes.
Like I can talk like a real radio guy.
There you go. Now you got it, man. Now we're on the level. All right, I like that.
Or I can identify as a woman. I don't know why it has a southern accent. I guess I'm like Kamala.
That is pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Suddenly you just switched over to Democrat. I don't know what's going on there.
I don't sound like Kamala. And then there's
You sounded like Paula Dean. I'll throw some butter on there and you'd be good. Yeah.
Listen, I got the monster. Please send the monster today. I have your gun and I'm keeping it hostage.
All right, we'll quit dicking around.
Right. We'll probably get dinged by Facebook because they said something about hostages. So yeah, there you go.
Probably so. All right, so let's take one quick break and thank a couple sponsors there. I'll do our double one. You remember which one I do?
Yep, I got it.
And then we'll come back and wrap this up.
So we're all good to go. We'll hit the double one and we're back right here on gunsandthe701.com. And I say I know, but I had to look twice before I pushed the button there.
I'm from the Athlete's Foot Bandit.
Brother. Hey, can you get my demo tape to somebody?
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
Make no mistake.
Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy, Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
All right, welcome back. We're going to wrap this up here right shortly, but I'm going to give you a happy ending of the week.
There we go.
From this comes from us out of, I believe, let me look at this again, from Hobbs Police Department. And it happened in the 2100 block of North Rojo in Hobbs. And it's actually a little bit unfortunate, but maybe not. What happened was there was a gentleman, his name was 38-year-old Curtis Thames of Hobbs, that forced entry into a nearby residence. The owners of the residence barricaded themselves with a firearm in the bedroom inside the home, which isn't a bad idea, I guess. If you want to barricade yourself, do it with a gun in one room. I mean, that, one way in, one way out, and maybe a window. But that's what they did. He took his family, he put them in there. And then during the incident, unfortunately, the guy kept trying to he was asked to leave. He told him to get out of there, get out of my house. He was trying to do the right thing. I did a little background on the owner here, Mr. Thames, or not Mr. Of the actual, let's see, his name was, sorry, I should have that up there a little better. But anyway, the owner of the house actually was a pretty Christian guy, and he did not want to kill this man. But the guy, he basically essentially was coming through the door. So he shot through the door, and he hit the guy, Curtis Thames, and then he called the cops. Cops, though, they got him there. They got him kind of stabilized, but he did not make it. It wasn't clear whether he made it to the hospital or he was just pronounced dead at the hospital. But he did not make it. He did assume room temperature, and I say that because when I looked him up, Mr. Curtis Thames was not a good guy.
Nope.
Several cases in the New Mexico court system. They were battery, assault on a household member. I printed them out here. A lot of speeding tickets. That doesn't make you a bad guy.
No.
But then he had aggravated DUI. Several of those. He'd been in and out of prison, and and it kind of sounded like he had some mental health issues as well. I don't know if he never got the right treatment, but I guess it's one of them situations. Either get the treatment. Drugs. He really got into drugs. Before that, it sounded like he was a pretty good guy, but drugs ruined his life. I don't know what made him go to drugs. And he just had a long history of battery, breaking in, entering, robbing. I mean, he was not a good guy anymore. So, you know what? That's our happy ending of the week. Kudos to the guy that, protected his family in that moment. He had no choice. He decided that he had to make that decision, and that we have another happy ending there down in New Mexico. So that's all I had on it.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna work on renaming that. Of course, we wanted to call it the Thug Plug.
Thug Plug, yes, he got a Thug Plug too. I do like that. Now
I like that logo.
We couldn't. Yeah, we should rename that
The Thug Plug.
The Thug Plug of the week.
Yeah, Thug Plug of the week.
Because this guy was a thug, and I guess if he was going to be a menace and no one could help him and he wouldn't receive help, then I guess he's probably where he belongs. And I can tell you, you come in, and that was another thing. The guy had a gun. The guy came in there with a gun. So what are you going to do?
Yep.
It's either you or him. Sometimes, if he keeps trying to come through, you got to do something. So, yeah.
Well, let's talk about Jamie real quick in 701 Nation. We've got him coming up tomorrow. Like I said, episode 21. We've seen it on the crawler down below. JD's daughter had a successful youth deer hunt, and of course, God cartridge performed once again. The anti-Second Amendment email sent to the North Dakota District 35 Congressperson.
I'm looking to hear about that. I'm
is read and discussed. Top selling guns in August from gunbrokers.com. Winchester has introduced the all new line of 22 rimfire, and he'll have a happy ending of the week as well. Now, remember, that's coming up tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Time, right here on our platforms for Guns in the 701 and 701 Nation. That'll be Jamie, so we're looking forward to that. And as well, and I don't have much more besides that. Well, Friday you're going to be out there again talking to KFYR, Mitchell in the morning with KFYR, and yeah, so
7:15 Mountain in the AM, 8:15 Central. Be on there with Todd Mitchell in the morning, and I think I got a couple interesting wildlife stories. If Todd wants to go down any more, Todd and I kind of just we don't really set up a lot of
right
and things. We send each other stuff, and then we just kind of go with it. And
Right.
it's working out well, getting good feedback anyway. So yeah, appreciate it. Gene, why do you carry a 45? Because they don't make a 46. There you go. And Gene, he gets the last comment on that.
Well, I mean, you can always use a 44 and owe you one.
There you go.
What?
There you go. Because I'm late, but just acquired a new SA-16 from Little Angry Man Firearms. All right.
Awesome.
Well, thanks for
There you go.
supporting our great sponsors out there, Gene. And yeah, John's got some great stuff over there. If you need a suppressor and you're in South Dakota, give John a call because he can set you up at Little Angry Man Firearms. He's on the website he's on the web. He's got a website as well. Can't even think tonight. Anyway.
I hit the wrong button. I was going to hit him on the thing here. Sorry about
There
that.
you go. As I say, I know we have it on here. There it is, guys. Little Angry Man Firearms. John at littleangrymanfirearms.com. You can email him, and he's got a number there. Except, guess what?
Can't see it because
See
the
over my
scroller.
caption. I'll take that off there.
There you go.
605-850-4779. Again, 605-850-4779. Get your suppressors right there in South Dakota. So,
There
and
you
I got
go.
to do those North Dakota stuff. I'm probably going to be visiting Mandan Sporting Goods pretty soon.
There we go.
Anyway, I was going to say something else. Now I forgot. Oh, I know what it was. I got to plug this. I have the tickets. I have the tickets. There they are, guys. And I can't say it on here. You know how that is with some of these, but there it is. There's a Freedom Seed delivery system. And you know how to get a hold of me. Take this number down, 605-430-9503. If you have it already, text me how many you'd like. It's the same as last year. $20 to get her done. So it's a great gun. Selling only 300 tickets. I got a stack of here, about 100 left that I haven't dispersed to our board members. So yeah, go ahead and hit us up. You can also email us at guns@gunsinthe701.com. That comes right into my email. Mike, I believe you've got yours all set up now.
Yep.
So
Good to
Mike
go.
at gunsinthe701.com. So
Yep.
if you need some, let us know. And if you sent me them last week, I did. I don't know what happened, but maybe it's when my computer also went. I can tell you right now that retext me because I lost some of my stuff on my phone. So go ahead and anybody want them, text them to me, and now we can get them shipped out to you. So
There you go.
and I'm going to try to put a link on our website at the store where you can order them there. We'll see if I
Right.
can make that work because we got a whole
Gunsinthe701.com. There you go.
and visit the store. We got a lot of great things on there. I
Yeah.
even finally got the Trumpomania shirt. I don't remember. It's been a while since I updated.
Were you guys working on Little Angry Man Arms logos for hats and stuff?
Well, I was trying to help him out as to what he wanted. He was asking about it, but I don't know what
Right.
he went with. So,
Okay, that's fine. I saw those. You guys post some of those. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
so other than that, tune in again Friday in the morning, 5:50 a.m. radio, 7:15 Mountain, 8:15 Central. Me with Todd Mitchell on Mitchell in the Morning. Another great segment there. And of course, tomorrow night, Thursday night at 8 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Mountain, 701 Nation with Jamie Breck, JD.
There
All
you
right. See everybody next week as well, every single Wednesday as always. I don't think right now we're just going to leave this time slot right now. We'll
Yeah.
all through the month. And I've asked a few people. I don't know what
Everybody
your
kinda
feelings
likes
are,
it.
Mike, but you and I can talk. But everyone kind of likes it, so we might be staying there too. So you'll get 2 doses of us every week,
There you
Wednesday
go.
and Thursday night. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Hope we didn't bore you too much. We kind of did a different show than what we had planned, and that's just fine. Everybody have a great weekend coming up here. The weather looks like it's going to cool off. Get out there, do some hunting, drink some milk, eat some beef, eat some eggs. Support your agricultural community.
Oh, and by the way, as we exit out, we're going to exit out with the new sponsor for our show, the Don Alexa.
There you go.
There we go.
All right, everybody, keep your powder dry.
Favorite President Donald Trump. And it's no secret that Alexa is biased against me. Well, I have the answer. Introducing Don Alexa, the personal assistant that's on my side.
Hey, Don Alexa, what's the weather like today?
The weather is fine, but you know what isn't fine? Kamala's creepy laugh. What's the deal with that?
Okay.
Yes, you'll love Don Alexa.
Hey, Don Alexa, where's the nearest urgent care? I just cut my finger doing dishes.
No idea, but you know what is urgent? The way the radical left is taking over this country and destroying it one creepy laugh at a time.
Don Alexa, please. I'm losing a lot of blood. Ugh.
Speaking of losing, Kamala is losing in the polls. That I can tell you.
Oh, come on.
Don Alexa, let me help you navigate this scary world that the Democrats have created today.